Welcome to Deep Thought. We need more authentic people. Now, remember I talked about just my own path of trying to be as authentic as possible. Like, definitely more authentic than the year before and then the year before that. Like I said, when I was younger, I had that mask on fully and even working. It took just being self-employed to be truly authentic, because now I don't have to worry about my job or money being effective by being inauthentic. But, that was a lot. But we need more authentic people. If you look at society out here, if you look at the general herd, it's the world of the lie. It's the world of the mask. It's the world of people trying to force you to behave in certain ways, even forcing you to put on a mask. And, that thing started from childhood. Instead of you might respond authentically to something, and, a parent, elder, whoever say, no, this is how you need to behave. This is how you need to do. I've mentioned before, I've gone through every social class. Well, most social classes, not the ultra rich, but I've actually been around some people like that. So, I have an idea even how to behave around them. And each social class has a certain mask, a certain protocols, everything that somebody needs to adhere to, So that mask is constantly put on. The lie is constantly put. People's, in fact, all people have what my mentor, Master Yamache Morris, calls a counterfeit persona. So they're not even true to themselves. It's on a deep subconscious level. Right. So that's how deep it is. Now, right now, people, it's hard to get rid of that counterfeit persona, but at least just try to be more honest, be more authentic, be true to themselves going through life. Right. But see, even then, everybody, the overwhelming majority of people want something else. And the only way to change it, to make it so that everyone can be authentic, you need to have a critical mass of people who are authentic, which eventually would change the culture itself. Understand something. Culture comes ultimately from people. It comes from people. Now, you got groups, of course, who are trying to impose what they believe is culture or try to change it or manipulate it. But at the end of the day, it comes from within people. The people decide. The most that the elite do, the people in power do, is put up fences or try to get you flowing a certain way. If the people decide they want to go in a certain direction, there's nothing that even the elite can do about it. The herd will run over the shepherds. Understand that. So when you get more authentic people, that will change stuff, but it has to be a critical mass of people. A bunch of people. Imagine. Like, I use one example. There's a lot of stuff, medicines, and there's a lot of gimmicks out there that people are just putting out just to make money. It can be on myriad things. But if you had some authentic, if people are more authentic, they'll say, look, you don't really need this. It would change jobs. A lot of stuff is based on a lie. It would change jobs, careers, industries, and everything. But it would actually create new ones. That's how deep it is. That's how deep it would create new ones. People worry about losing some, but you create some. Imagine a world where so many people are authentic. We don't have to do some things. And really, we could show our true faces, even to the point where makeup isn't as needed as it was. We don't have to we can eat real foods. We can discuss real politics. It would even expand politics. Because then the politicians would have to change up to appeal to the authentic people. Because see, one thing about being authentic, you see through lies quicker. You see through bullshit. And then if you got a critical mass of people, they'll call bullshit. Because politicians, somebody asked me one time, how you know a politician is lying? They talking. Because even now, and y'all know how I flow on this channel. Sometimes I just go with the flow, But even like a lot of conflict between Democrats and Republicans, they're the same thing, and they, behind closed doors, they know what's up. It's all a game. It's all a game, and every politician has lied. I don't care, Democrat, Republican, whatever. But if you had a critical mass of authentic people who would look for truth, the politicians have to be straight up. Because then the thing is, when people are authentic, they look for that similar thing in the people that they'll mate with, the people they'll hang with, the people that they'll work with, anybody they in common. Once you at a certain point, you always look for similar. You always look for similar. You know, if you're an authentic person and you dealing with a person wearing a mask, you will limit the interaction with them. At best, you might deal with them at work, and only to the extent you need to deal with them. And you definitely wouldn't want to deal with them in a relationship. You're like, I can't deal with this. You know, you gotta feel like they being real with you. You know, I'll use myself as an example. You know me. I told y'all I'm not a guru. I'm still climbing it. But when I deal with women, I prefer the more authentic they look to me, and the more authentic they behave, the more I'm interested. And they could have a killer body, but you know, I can't take that mask. And I'll just sit there and be like, I'll wait them out. I'm like, I'll be looking for it. In fact, I've told some women, I'll say, shoot, you got an opinion about something, please share it. I'd rather know it. You know, even if you think it might be something I don't like, let's find out now rather than later. And, you know, because remember what I talk about, the truth will always emerge? Oh, that's happened plenty of times. You know, they try to put on that mask or something, but that truth come out. But see, when you got the authentic person, you see what they about from the get-go. And in fact, speaking on a relationship thing, I've had some women that I've dealt with when I was younger. Not when I was as much into the mask, but as I started like taking that mask off and everything. And they'll see, you know, how you out here, I'm out here. Somebody might reach out to you on Facebook or some other social media, say, oh yeah, I remember you. You know what? You were real. This one woman I dealt with back in the day, she actually said that. She said, you know what, Rom, you were real. That's one thing I gotta give you. You were real. All right. But you start looking for that. That's the thing. You start looking for that. And we need it. We need it to really change, go through a lot of the lies that's put out here, whether it's in politics, whether it's in business, what we need, jobs, everything. There's so many lies, so many masks. And the only way to change it, even you start what is the more thing people. Now you start with yourself, of course. That's the first thing. Don't worry about the masses first. Look in the mirror. You know, at least you start off at least being honest with yourself. Because a big problem with the whole mask and lies and everything, people lie to themselves and then start believing the lies until some stuff happens, until that truth emerges. Until that truth emerges, and trust me, I've seen this so many times. People lying to themselves. You see they lying to themselves, and then something happened, then reality hit them hard. All right? Now, you know, so that's the first thing. People got to look at themselves and be honest. And then practice it so that people look at them and see that they are authentic. Just keep practicing. It's a day-to-day thing. And then start really connecting, reaching out with other authentic people. Because it's like, say you have a clear glass of water, right? Say you have a clear glass of water, right? You got that clear glass of water. You put, like, say you have something, maybe some red dye or something in it. You put just a little, well, let me use a bit bigger example. You have a bowl, right? You have a bowl. You put a clear water. You put a dot of water in there, like a dot of red water, just a dot. And it ain't gonna spread the whole thing. It'll just be that dot in the water. But then you start putting more dots in that water. At some point, you get enough dots in that water, like a little drops, red drops in that water. That water all of a sudden becomes red, or whatever color you want. And that's how it has to be with authentic people. If we want change in this culture, in this society, we need more dots. It's like if it was total darkness and you just get points of light, you know, all of a sudden it becomes bright. So we need more authentic people to really change the nature of society out here, to change the culture, everything. So I want y'all to think about that. But whatever you do, start with yourself. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and many blessings.